You ready?
Yeah.
All right, yes sir. Mic check, 1 2 1 2. What it do? It's your boys. We back with another Shark Stream, your 16th fucking episode. It's your man Mako with the fucking Draco. Ron the Don, Toby One Kenobi. We got our boy Grant in here. Special guest.
Yes sir.
The hottest topics. Yes sir. Yes sir.
Appreciate y'all having me.
Yeah, no problem, man, bro. Hottest topics coming at you this week. Got a lot of basketball to talk about. It's been 0 days since there's been no drama in the NBA.
No unnecessary drama.
Unnecessary drama. There we go. Post-insurrection topics, and if we can get to it, I guess a small conversation about parties and whatnot. But we can start it off about the NBA. I don't know if you want to...
Before we get into that, I guess, Grant, tell us a little bit about yourself before we get into it.
Talk to the people.
Yes.
Yeah. So, I'm a consultant down here in Atlanta. Started my own consulting firm back in November. So, been doing that for a little bit, helping small businesses kind of like navigating the new world, raise some capital to do it.
Right.
So it's been a blessing. I've been able to help a lot of good people who are just trying to like capture their dreams and move forward. It's been a lot of fun. Yeah.
Good to hear. Glad to have you.
Yeah, happy to be here, man.
Impromptu interviews can happen at any moment.
You gotta be
Absolutely.
You never know what can happen on Shark Stream.
ready. Be ready with your pitch.
He's also a grad of GSU.
Yeah, GSU as well,
Panther
man.
gang.
GSU.
Yes, sir.
I feel like I'm the only person that I know that didn't go to GSU.
I thought you took classes at
You did
GSU.
though. No.
You never took
Yeah, I
classes
feel
at
like
GSU?
didn't you go for like a semester?
It doesn't matter, bro. I saw this nigga on bro. All right,
Everybody-
random story time.
I mean, I never saw you.
I'm just randomly coming out of Adderhold, coming out of class, and
Might as well go to
I had seen this nigga on campus before, but I'm just randomly coming out of class. I don't even remember what class it was. I come out of the stairs. This nigga's got his longboard, and he was just standing there on the pebble road,
waiting for my girlfriend.
and like I was like, he look familiar, but I saw him through the door, so it was kind of dark. I was like, nah, I can't be, whatever. And then I walk out, got my headphones in, not paying attention, and I look again. I'm like, that's Johnny. As soon as I yo, he's like, yo. It was just like absolutely random. Bro, just like randomly saw this nigga on campus.
I was literally at Georgia State for basically 4 years, and I never went there. The first year I met Grant, because I had a friend named B who went to Georgia State, and she started in 2014, and I used to go down there to see her, and then eventually Assad or Mahdi, I don't know which one.
Yeah, I think it's Assad. Yeah.
Assad. We went to high school together for like a year or something like that, and I was
That's
like,
how I knew you first.
yeah,
I forgot about that. But
Yeah.
I thought I knew you through Ron, but now that makes a lot of sense.
yeah,
last name?
Huh?
What's Assad's last name?
Clark.
Yeah,
Mahdi
that's
Clark
right,
is his actual
yeah.
name. I think his middle name is Assad, but like.
I think I know him.
He like, so I think somehow Assad ended up becoming my
I might have had a
plug.
class with him.
Probably because a lot of y'all knew each other, bro.
Yeah.
I think Assad ended up becoming my plug some type of way, and I used to just come downtown. I don't know if you remember, I used to have a friend named Stoudemire. It was this dude he used to have long hair. Like, if you saw him now, you would recognize him. But I think we would go hang out with Assad, and then sometimes we would hang out with you, because like we would come and smoke with you sometimes, and every once in a while we'd come play 2K and shit, or like basketball or something. So that was, I think, the first year. Year after that, I went to school in South Georgia, but I would come up sometimes. And then the third year, I started dating a girl that went to Georgia State in 2016. And I was just down there all the time. That's when you were down there, Sasha was down there. I remember one day, it was on the dude, while we talking about longboarding, the master taught me how to longboard. So I was telling my girlfriend, I was like, bro, I have not seen the master in like 5 years, bro. And like, I don't know what the master got going on, but the master taught me how to longboard. I walked out of that shell that was across from the commons. The master was sitting up.
Man, you probably know the master.
I think I know the master.
The master on
He
me.
took some CS classes.
Yeah.
Yes,
I know the
Yo,
master.
that's crazy.
I was definitely in class with this nigga.
Yo, shout outs to the master. I don't know where you are. What's up? The master Altman,
Was
man.
he in the military?
Yeah,
Yes, he was
I think
a Marine.
He's stationed in
Yeah, he was
Florida
a
or
Marine.
something like that.
Because he used to just be running, man.
Yeah.
He would be
God,
sweating,
yeah.
bro. The master taught me how to longboard. I was walking out of that shell, and it literally had been 5 years. I was walking out of that shell that used to be across from the commons, and I was like, man, I'm not gonna lie, I really miss the master, man, because like I really wonder what that nigga's doing right now. I heard Jelani, I was like, the master.
No cap, that is exactly how I encountered the master the first day. Because we both lived in Piedmont North freshman year. He was on the 8th floor, I was on the 4th floor. We just, it hadn't been 5 years. It might have been 5 years. Because, as you may or may not know, me and Mako go all the way back to 6th grade. Been in it for a while. We went to middle school with the master, so that's how we know the master. We know him from middle school.
I went to high school.
I left in 8th grade, and then I came back in 9th grade. But I hadn't seen the master since middle school. Moving in to Piedmont North, just going to the elevators. Dude is like, "Yo, hold the elevator." I'm like, "Yeah, bet, whatever. Not tripping." The master, yo.
Yo,
he's like, yo.
Those are the best.
Damn,
when you just go to the elevator and you just know somebody.
And then he was like, yo, what floor you say? I was like, 4. He was like, oh, I say on 8. I was like, bet, yo, come through. It's 407. He was like, bet. He came down. This nigga brought Sasha. That's how I reconnected
You know how
with
many
Sasha.
times, bro, you were friends with Sasha, bro.
Yeah,
bro,
I reconnected with Sasha.
I saw Sasha a billion times at Georgia State, bro.
Yeah,
bro, wow.
Bro, Georgia State to have 50,000 students is small as hell, bro.
Dude, so you see people every time you leave. It's 30,000 people downtown.
I saw somebody recently. I literally went down there. I saw Amir. I went down there randomly and was like, I don't even know nobody that go to this school anymore. And I guarantee you I'm going to see Amir. I went up to go get Moe's and walk back to my car. Mako? I was like, yep, I know I'm going to see you. I don't know how I was going to see you.
I saw Justin Scales one day just waiting for the bus to go back to the dorms.
Dude. People.
Holy shit. I saw a dude that I had in class. Shout out to Aria. That was the homie we used to cheat together, but y'all didn't hear that from me. I saw him way up north in fucking Avalon. Way up Alpharetta. Bro, there's a whole different campus out here. Why am I just seeing you up here? But we took classes at the main campus. For it to be such a huge school, it is a small world.
Yeah, dude. I was me and Ron were talking. We were like, bro, we probably ran into each other a few times. Just had no context.
I was skating. I was on my longboard.
I probably took classes with Ron.
Bro, that's
didn't notice.
Niggas really.
We got out of here.
When I tell you I was at Georgia State so much, literally, you thought I was. I was like, bro,
I thought this
niggas just my girlfriend, but I knew people there, and then my girlfriend.
I just never asked the nigga what his major was to actually find out.
Niggas knew, bro. I was cool with niggas. I do spots and shit. I was in City Walk all the fucking time, bro. I remember one day I was tripping shrooms. I have very distinct memories of Georgia State. I remember
I was on the roofs.
Yes, bro. That's where me and Asad would smoke at, bro. I remember one day I was in City Walk, and the first day I did shrooms, I remember feeling them kick in and walking down the hallways and looking at whatever pattern was on the floor, and somebody was literally blasting Mercy by good music, and I hadn't heard this song in a long time, and it was right at the let the suicide doors out, and I literally remember finding whatever room it was and just doing this next to the door. My girlfriend was like, "What are you doing?" I was like, "Bro, Kanye's rapping, bro. Do you not feel this shit?"
City Walk is a vibe, bro.
City Walk is crazy.
City Walk was the craziest place I've ever been to. It's just the most random shit you will ever find.
Yes, bro.
Every day.
I remember the FBI rolled up on one of my homies' cribs in City Walk because someone reported that he was a terrorist.
What?
A terrorist out of City Walk, bro?
City Walk is crazy.
That was the best one. That was perfect.
City Walk is crazy.
That is insane.
Atlanta is crazy.
Atlanta is crazy.
Yeah.
All right, man. Let's jump to these NBA topics, man. So, Ron.
You want to be unnecessarily dramatic, or you want to ease to them with the teams of the century?
What do you mean, teams of the century?
I want to start with that, or you want to just go straight?
Oh, you talking about? I completely forgot about that. I
made 3 teams.
Dude.
Teams of the century.
It was I completely forgot. It was give you $5. Well, $15.
Hey, you got that.
I forgot about that.
Mm-hmm. All right, we're gonna say that for next week.
Yeah, we can say that.
We're gonna get straight into the drama.
All right, it's crazy day. Crazy day for me.
I think we should start with Harden and
crazy
let that
day.
segue.
A lot of destruction.
I think we should start with Harden and let that segue into Kyrie because okay, so
that's fair.
Does anybody know? Toby's the facts, man. Do you know why James Harden, or what prompted James Harden originally to be like, I want to get the fuck out of here? Because I remember it was like, all right,
LeBron turn around 3.
Bro, wait, let's talk before that. I didn't know there was a bet. I didn't know there was a bet. If you watch it, if you literally watch it and do the dialogue, it's 10 times better. Literally, when he shoots it, if you go, Schroeder, I bet you a Benji you won't make it. Bet. and then oh my god, it's so much better, bro. But what prompted Harden? Because I know after they lost, basically Houston was like, all right, we're blowing this up, right. And they got rid of the coach and they immediately traded for Russell Westbrook for John Wall, which honestly is a better trade in my opinion.
Yeah,
but what prompted Harden to be like, okay, I'm not doing this anymore, y'all niggas suck?
I think I don't know if anything has actually come out about that. At least I haven't seen it. What I think prompted James Harden to leave was Daryl Morey leaving.
Yes, that was
because he was the only one who was like, well, was he fired?
When did he leave?
He left this summer. He did get fired after they lost to the Lakers. Mm-hmm. And then here's one of the weird caveats, because when you look at it, I say this about Dame a lot. The only playoff series that I feel as if you can say anything negative about Dame, because niggas like to say Dame is like not clutch, he talks too much, which is wild because he doesn't. But the only playoff series that like I feel as if you can't, I guess you could blame on Dame is the sweep to the Pelicans. They still had AD, but all the other teams he's lost to
have been superior.
Are the Warriors, who when they were running, and the Lakers. Yeah. So it's like, all right, cool. And it's very similar with James Harden with his run with the Rockets. The teams he lost to were like the Warriors, and he lost to the Lakers last year. But I think what really drove him away was Daryl Morey leaving, because we talked about this before. It's not that I don't think James Harden can change. It's just for 7 years, now 8 years, he's been playing that way. It's him. And they talked about, they just catered the team to like James Harden. James could do whatever he wanted. And it was like some guys felt slighted about that, but then some guys didn't. And it was like, and with Daryl Morey leaving, you get a new coach, you get a new GM. The owner, Tim Fertitta, I think that's his name, isn't really like a hands-on guy. Like that, I don't think James Harden felt as if he would have had the same.
So would you say like I guess they're just trying to change things and he's not like?
Yeah, I don't think he's with any of the change. Like I think James Harden wants to be the guy.
You don't change the system around James Harden. You gotta take him out.
You gotta take him. Like he was the system. You know, and he was the system. It was built around him. And then you bring a guy like John Wall, who's not like the one thing about like Mike D'Antoni is a great offensive minded coach. The one thing about Westbrook that allowed them to work even in the slightest when they went to no center was Westbrook is a pretty solid off-ball cutter. Yeah. So even though he can't shoot and they would put a center on him, he'll just cut back door or he'll just do a random cut to the baseline or something like that.
Same movement.
And it's similar to being a short roll where you get it to him, the defense collapses, he kicks it out to an open three-point shooter. It worked until you needed to rebound, right? So that was the thing. John Wall doesn't play like that.
I feel like he didn't give John Wall a shot though.
He didn't give John Wall a shot.
He was calling for the trade before John Wall even got in the system.
Yeah, but I think it's very similar to what happened in OKC with Westbrook and Paul George, where they both just kind of like came up like, "Yo, I want to leave."
Did they both come up?
Yeah, like I remember Paul George talking about. He was like, I called Westbrook and was like, "Yo, man, I know I just signed the after Dame hit the shot and waved at them niggas." He called you like, "Yo, bad shot, bad shot." I don't care what you say, man. It's a bad shot. It's a bad shot. After, bro, if you need to hit a clutch shot, bro, and you see Paul George, the basket gets bigger. Like it's just got
it's math. It has to be math behind it.
Like
I watched 2
daggers,
bro. I watched 2 daggers, bro. First, Wiggins, you let Andrew Wiggins hit a step back 3 in your face, and then Curry just for the fuck of it come and do it.
Just because Curry was just like, just because
he's died on the whole line.
Pandemic,
bro. When he fouled Devin Booker and they didn't call it, and Devin Booker hit that shot in the bubble over Paul George and Kawhi Leonard, but Paul George was the primary defender. I was like, damn, bro, I miss you in Indiana. Like they didn't.
He shouldn't have changed his number to 13. He changed his number to 13, and he changed his number to PG-13, and there's been a downward slope.
But like I think that was the same thing that happened. My bad. I think like when Russ asked for like a trade, I think James Harden looked at that like, because
you're coming to help me in a way.
No, like literally the only 2 people that there's 3 people, 4, but only 2, one of them was available. The only like 4 people that you could match that contract with was John Wall, Chris Paul, LeBron James, and Steph Curry. They're the only people this year making $40+ million.
That's true.
So that's the only people you can match that trade with. LeBron and Curry ain't going nowhere.
No.
You can't bring Chris Paul back with Harden. We saw how that worked. So John Wall was the only person to do it. And John Wall and James Harden just don't really complement each other.
I don't know. Okay,
I disagree on that part.
I don't think James Harden would play off ball like Bradley Beal did.
I think if I
and
feel
then
like
John Wall would have to defend the guard.
I feel like if James Harden gave it a solid chance, it'll work within like. Cause I think that's what John Wall was saying when he was like in his interview. He was like, "Bro, when you got basically 15 niggas that want to play and one that doesn't, it just throws it off." But if he wanted to like, I think if James Harden really wanted to play and wanted to mesh with the team, in theory it could work. Because like John Wall, like kind of in the same way Bradley Beal and John Wall work, but like James Harden is a better scorer than Bradley Beal is. So like,
I think that's why it doesn't work.
Like,
I think they're different types of scorers.
But James Harden, his biggest issue is playoffs. Like, no one worries about James Harden getting to the playoffs. Like, you know he's going to be good in the regular season. But you can't, like, it's super easy, I think, to guard him in the playoffs because you can ultimately, like,
this is
fix your
defense
on that. Like, but John Wall will go off in the playoffs and get it done. Like, Russ has shown to be, like, the exact opposite. Like, he won't get it done.
They haven't been past the first round. His team hasn't been. Well, this was the first year, I think.
The Rockets?
Whatever team Russell, all the teams Russell have been on.
Oh yeah, no,
since
KD left, they hadn't been to the
with the exception of the
and it's all been like 5-game series.
Yeah,
they lost to the Jazz twice, and then the Blazers, and then they lost to the
what happens
Lakers.
You get like 35% from the field throwing up bricks.
Yeah, that's it,
bro. I've said it so many times. There's a fucking
Russ is the best player if he gets 10 points, 10 rebounds, 10 assists, and limits the shots.
Yeah,
because like
they
clown
clown very much.
We literally in the house. There are niggas that don't even watch basketball, and like this dude Akeem doesn't know shit about basketball. And Akeem would be like, "Bro, I know the saying, Westbrook stop shooting," because he just be like, "Bro, you don't see the pattern."
They're leaving you open.
I mean it is. It's Westbrook.
You have that shot because they're giving.
They want you. Because like there are nights where he's on and he'll like make the shots like consistently like enough, but like for the most part, like he's not efficient from like he's not efficient from those areas.
Funny, and he was talking about this when he was saying Patrick Beverley said like he was the hardest person to guard. There was, and I know what Cody was talking about in that soundbite. Patrick Beverley said that Westbrook was one of the hardest to guard. And one of his reasons was because West just constantly comes at you. So, I mean, that would make it difficult. I couldn't stay in front of him. But he's like, one of the other ones is it's like, you might just catch Russ off of being cold for 5 games and he's just hitting everything. And like over the course of the regular season, that would be annoying. Because it's like, especially if it's like a back-to-back or 3 games in 4 nights, they didn't scout him. I mean, like, you've been in the league like 10 years. They know what you're about. They're not looking for ways to stop you. It's just like, yo, this is game 57 to 82, and we're in the playoffs already. It's like whatever. But in the playoffs, where it becomes a problem, is like, yo, I got 2 days to scout you and see like what you did in your last game and what you've done over the course of the season, and stop that. And for Russ, it's easy. Give him a lane to just run up and down. Stop him from getting to the paint, build a wall, and he doesn't have shooters around him.
I mean, also, like, regular season, like, if I'm the Blazers, I'm not going to show you my playoff setup.
Right,
like,
because I'm playing.
I'm going to go you 1-1. I'm going to match them up. You win. It's regular season. Like, I'm cool with that. Like, I feel like I can take you Dame over Russ. Like, I feel like we got a definite shot. Right. Well, if it comes to playoffs, like, I'm going to switch everything around.
Yeah.
Like, I'm going to make you do what I want to do.
Somebody else on you. Yeah, that's going to make you shoot.
Yeah, like as far as it goes with like Harden getting traded to the Nets, I don't feel that. I don't know with Kyrie, KD, and Harden on the court. I literally don't know how that would work because they're too much of the same type of player.
There's 2 ball dominant guards.
Yeah. Yeah, and they like even though specifically with the way that they both play, they're both players that will literally dribble out the clock and leave.
Literally,
like,
that meme of just
like the 2K meme. It is like, and I was like, they started with KD. I was like, KD ain't gonna really do that, but the other two are gonna do that.
KD's gonna shoot more than
KD's gonna shoot bro. KD. I remember when KD came to the Warriors and they asked Clay, you know, you'll probably have to take a dip in shots. The stats back up Clay. Clay, you probably got to sacrifice shots. Clay said, I ain't got to sacrifice shit. And when you look at the numbers, the 3 years that KD was there, Steph shots went down. Of course, Draymond shot went down, as they should have. Clay's shots, he had like 19.2 shots a game the year before KD came. The next season, it was like 19.1.
Like,
bro, like, what are you doing? Like, he basically shot the ball every time he touched it because, like, he was the one who was open. Like, that's basically going to be KD, like, on the net.
But
like, he's going to be the one that's open as soon as he gets the ball.
But and what are you going to do? Like, KD can get space like nobody else.
Like, and so can all three of them.
That's why. If you have two,
you can't pick your poison. Who's your poison? DeAndre Jordan.
If you have if you have two out of those three people on the court, I think it just works a lot better than the three out of three because and one of those three has to be KD. Like KD literally makes he's not a fucking guardable player, and
there's nothing you can do.
And Kyrie and both Harden, Kyrie is a better.
But that's the thing that I feel like that Kyrie and DeAndre Jordan pick and roll is just.
It's a problem.
Dominant. It's a problem.
James
but it was Jared. I don't know.
And DeAndre Jordan's pick and roll is going to be an absolute problem.
But I really hated the fact that they got rid of Jared.
Jared Allen. Jared Allen is the man. Like Jared
Allen
Allen with them would have been better. It's just that nobody was taking DeAndre Jordan, even on such a friendly concept.
Bro, it was him coming out the bench was absolutely perfect.
Jeff Green?
No, he was the backup center.
No, I mean now it's Jeff Green.
So. I think.
Oh yeah,
I think it's Jeff Green because they played Jeff Green at the 5 a lot. Anyway.
That's real small, dude.
They can't
really
beat the
small.
Lakers.
You can't do that.
No, that's what I'm saying. Getting rid of Jared Allen,
bro, they might not get past the Sixers.
I think they had a better chance before they got Harden. I
definitely think they had a better chance before they got Harden.
Because having the bench,
losing Dinwiddie was rough, but even still,
they lost Karis. Is Karis? They lost Karis LeVert and Prince.
Who is what's his name? LeVert, the singer. He is like his nephew or something, like Eddie LeVert. He's like his nephew.
I didn't know.
I did not know that. I should have. You don't meet many LeVerts, fun facts from Toby.
Bro, I still think we said this earlier. I would have picked. I would have taken Prince. I would have lost Kyrie before I lost Jared Allen. Because James Harden's going to find
for that team.
Specifically for that team,
Like James Harden's averaging over 10 assists a game right now.
Yeah, and that's what I had to say. He's still going to.
Kyrie's never gotten over 6.
To be honest with you, I wanted to see James Harden go to the Sixers.
I think that's right.
It's probably about right.
Kyrie's career average at 3 is like 5.5 or something like that.
Yeah, like 5 is not much, bro. And to be it's great that you can be the best ball handler, but it's like it takes him 16 seconds to get that 6 shot. Like he's gonna do all his moves and get like a fadeaway, and it's gonna look really nice. But it takes you like 12 to 16 seconds off the shot clock. What else? If he doesn't get it,
he's not moving without the ball. Like that's another reason why KD is such a problem, especially playing in the Warriors system. He knows how to move off the ball, get to space. Bro. He's a guy who can get open with or without the ball. The other two aren't as much. Which I mean, I'm pretty sure Steve Nash can make it work. Specifically with like James Harden, because James Harden played like Steve Nash played. It's just James Harden didn't have an Amari Stoudemire and the quality of defensive shooters around him, but he still had Mike D'Antoni. And when I watched James Harden, I watched a better shooting 6'5" Steve Nash,
bro, dude,
who could just see over the defense to get his passes and skip passes because all the was on him. Like it was like that. So I definitely believe that Steve Nash can make James Harden work.
When was the last time you saw James Harden fit into something though? Since Houston.
Okay,
even before Houston,
OKC,
and they built it around him, like just
OKC was the last time that he fit into somewhere.
Yeah,
and that was why I felt like bringing John Wall into Houston wouldn't have worked because James Harden was the system, but like John Wall is he's the point guard that you want to build around, no matter who you have around him. He's the point guard that you want to build the offense player.
I don't think it does not seem like he's a team player. Even though, like, even the way he gets his assist, right? They're not like per se created.
They're like how Westbrook gets his assist.
It's like, I'm crashing. This is somebody on me. Oh, look, gotta dish it out.
Yeah, it's not like I'm seeing the next. I'm not seeing steps ahead.
Mm-hmm.
Like I know that they're going to help because I'm James Harden and I'm going to take this to the basket or I'm going to take this shot. So they're going to help off of you.
John Wall's literally looking for an assist. That man is hungry for assists.
He's trying to set people up. Like it's a difference in him calling a pick and being like, yeah, when I come around this pick, he's got to help, and I want this specific shooter around.
Wall's in gang
I feel like John Wall gets assists, he's pushing the ball.
Yeah.
When John Wall
gangbanging John Wall is
throws
next
the
level.
ball and spins.
Gangbanging John Wall is next level.
He's in there. Bro. He's hungry for the pass.
And when he brings him out in Houston, watch out.
All right, man. Let's talk about Kyrie, man. Let's talk about it. Hop back on the Nets. So, do you want to state your opinions on Kyrie before we
get started?
Before
we get started with this Kyrie talk, I know Mako just said that I'm usually the one with the facts, but we about to have Ron Kenobi. Qui-Gon Ron. If you watch Star Wars, you know what I'm Obi-Wan Kenobi and he's Qui-Gon Ron. You feel me?
All right. So I think it was January 7th. Mm-hmm. Was that the first game?
Yeah, I think that was around the first time.
The first game. And I will say that
I don't know all the
he didn't. Yeah. Okay. So he didn't alert his coaches or his GMs. He alerted a couple players. Told them that he'd be out for personal reasons. Basically, KD came out with a video that was saying that he supported Kyrie 100% and that he would let Kyrie talk. Karis LeVert tweeted something saying the same. Yeah. Basically saying he supported him for personal reasons. A little background.
Right thing to do.
His grandfather's birthday is January 11th. His grandfather passed sometime after September 2019, which influenced him to leave Boston. But there's still a lot of I don't know. There's a lot of speculation.
I wouldn't want to be a black
because
man
like
professionally.
I will say like
just to be honest with you,
I will say Cat went through the same thing with losing like seven.
Dude,
still played. But like that's the thing, people go through things differently.
Yeah.
And so it's hard to really talk about another man's emotions.
So this is the way that I feel about it.
In a sense.
Because I relate to that, like losing his grandfather. Because like my grandfather's birthday was today. The second was yesterday.
Yeah.
But he passed like 3 years ago in December, like right before his birthday.
And his grandfather really influenced him to like play basketball and taught him and like drop basketball actually to focus on.
I thought it was his dad.
Sister. Oh yeah.
I thought because didn't his dad play like overseas or something like that? Something like that. Yeah.
Okay.
But yeah, I remember. His dad. I remember Kyrie talking about it.
His sister Asia's birthday is January 12th.
Yeah, his dad and his sister's birthday are like a day apart.
Yeah, like and so it's seeming like he's taking that time off.
Yeah.
But the fact that he went into the public setting without a mask and
that doesn't help.
There are two things about this that's just like
there's a way of doing it.
Yeah, like it's the way he just kind of disappeared.
Yeah.
And then the maskless party.
Dude,
right?
Like
this on those two things
cats, bro. Kyrie does not make it very easy to like
him.
It's not that I dislike Kyrie. It's just like the way that he does things, the way he
it's hard to have to stand up for him so much.
Yes, it's tiring. That's why
I will agree with that.
Like, because it's like 100%. Even as far as like when niggas was like, we think he should retire, I was like,
Stephen A was on one. When Stephen A tweeted the first take,
I have smoked with Stephen A.
I knew he was about to be wild.
That shit petty, my nigga.
Yeah,
like, so I understand. I'm not like Kyrie should retire, but I kind of get that point just because like if in fact your thing is, oh my God, Kenny, if your thing is in fact, I do want to like focus on other things and I do want to focus on like making change and doing et cetera, do that. But like not, and I don't mean this in a shut up and dribble type of way because you do have a voice, but it's like, bro, if you don't want to play basketball, then don't play basketball. But you're literally getting paid like millions of dollars, and it's not even like you're like a B-roll person on the team. You're one of 2 people, and even the fact that you didn't tell your coaches anything, you just like left, like you just dipped, like.
And like, even without basketball, isn't he doing a disservice to his voice?
Yeah,
Like, on the
I
other
think he
side,
is.
like, because like,
Yeah.
why would people pay attention to you if you're not playing?
If you're not
basketball?
doing-
like,
yeah,
that's
yeah.
just like, it's not like people are like, oh, your flat Earth really got me going. Like, let's listen to this.
And
man's
that's the
politics.
other thing. Like you did like the whole flat Earth thing, and that's where you did the whole flat Earth thing. You essentially called media people peasants.
Pawns.
Almost
pawns,
worse. I
peasants.
don't
Like
know which
you,
one's worse.
you
I will
alien-
say he did apologize for that flat Earth comment, but still, that shit was wild.
Well, sure was what you
That's why I think he's crazy.
Yeah, you
He is crazy.
and he
He's a
alienated
little bit
himself.
off, yes.
Yeah.
He alienated himself from LeBron in like the wildest way. Like
That's
the line of saying I finally have somebody down here who I know can hit that shot is so wild. Especially when you were in Boston, you said I had to call up Bron and tell him like I get it now, what you were trying to do with me those years in Cleveland. It was like it's like, bro, you kind of go back and forth, and it's like you said, like as a Kyrie fan, it's tiring to have to cap for like all these things. Like I didn't even try with flat Earth. I was like,
Oh no, fuck
So
that.
the greatest part about being a Celtics fan is I can just fucking go off on him.
Yeah.
Right? And so here's why I think it's all personal, bro. If you're a flat earther, think about all the steps you got to take mentally to get there.
to get there.
Like all the shit
Nigga
you have
said-
to disbelieve in the world.
Nigga said, have
to
you
get to
ever
that?
seen
That's
a
fringe.
picture of the Earth? And
Bro.
people were like, yeah, like NASA has satellites up there and pictures that we can see. He was like, no, but have you ever taken it? Like,
so let's
No, bro, I don't
let's
have
no,
space.
was
nigga,
like-
I'm not an
like-
astronaut. I can't go up there.
He was like, people just gotta do their own research. They
was
just
like,
gotta do their
I
own.
have
so
done
check it
my
out.
own research.
Yo, dude, check
from
it out.
other
So
research.
this is one thing I will say about flat earthers. I've never been a flat earther, but what is it? The mythos of flat Earth has interested me because more so from the perspective of how did y'all get here? Because there are some I've met some people that are really smart that would have been like, no, the Earth is flat, and I'd be like, bro, but I know you're really smart. How the fuck did you get here? And it has nothing. It's definitely a mental thing because it has more to do
It's a lot of
with
steps.
Yes, it has not more. It has not per se as much to do with the Earth and its physical shape as much as it has to do with the distrust of government and politics and shit like that.
That's
Because
exactly what I was about
ties
to
in with
say.
his Illuminati
Yeah,
stuff.
yeah,
and,
uh-huh.
like, you know,
Because
all
You
that.
always get into those conspiracy theories.
And bro,
with
Because they
that
like, who
deep
told you
one.
the Earth
which
is
makes
flat?
sense with
You
the
read it
Kyrie
somewhere
whole
in a
media
book.
or
Somebody
pun
wrote.
things like,
Yeah,
like that.
exactly,
Like
bro.
my dad texted me today, like, "What's up with your boy Kyrie?" And
don't
my
know.
dad tunes in, so I'm gonna say this directly to you, pops. Why he gotta be my man's? Like I never like no slight to Kyrie, but like I never really showed that it was like, yo, I'm all the way on Kyrie. Like yeah, like I don't understand why you had to say it like that, right? Like
Don't notice.
like I don't know this nigga.
I've never
but,
seen this man before.
I think
Anyway.
Kyrie just doesn't deal with death well, and
I just think Kyrie's
it's influenced his work.
I think he's terrible at communication. But like when my
If that's
dad
the
texted
truth,
me,
Terrible
it's-
at communication.
It's forgivable.
Yeah.
It's more forgivable.
I think
For
the
sure,
interesting thing
because-
with me with this with Kyrie is like when my dad texted me,
He
he was
also
like,
found for the Boston situation. Sorry, don't mean to cut you off.
No, go ahead.
For the Boston situation, he also found that his
he was saging the TD Garden Arena, and I was like,
grandfather had.
I was like, this
cancer
needs to be
during
done.
Boston.
Yeah.
Like this needs to be done for this arena and black people.
Because it's not like
Again, it's like it doesn't.
But it's-
It doesn't excuse.
because
but,
that's what I'm. It's,
It doesn't excuse it. It's
the
just
fact
kind
that
of
it's
you can.
Wait, what happened when it was at Celtics?
His grandfather was diagnosed with cancer
while he was playing.
Yeah, while he was playing.
While he was playing.
Plus, you know how Celtics fans.
Because you're
can be
allowed.
Yeah.
in the stadium.
Definitely.
I remember
It's like they either.
Al Horford's sister talking about.
They
that
love
a
you or
lot.
hate you, right?
Yeah.
There's no in between.
Yeah.
There's
that?
no
They
in
love
between.
you or hate you, right?
Yeah,
There's
there's no in between.
I know you're a
Like,
Celtics fan. I'm a Hawks fan. So you know,
That's my second.
fuck your team.
I definitely get that.
Yeah, you know, you have
Boston's
every,
been doing too much winning. I totally get him.
Definitely a Celtics fan for a long time.
in spite of like just the Hawks and Atlanta teams in period, but because like the Red Sox and the Braves, talk. Anyway, I remember what was you guys' play-by-play the old guy Ben. Was it Ben something? I don't think he does it anymore. I can't think of his name. He's like this old. He's been doing it, I think, since like Bird was playing. He is like legitimately the most biased commentator in probably like all of sports. Like he never thinks the Celtics commit a foul. He hates the other team. And like I was like, bro,
oh my goodness.
Oh my god. Bledsoe's gotta be ejected. He's gotta have But like he was so biased, and it was just like absolutely hilarious. Like, I would tune into Celtics games. Like, I'm not gonna lie, I like the guys that the Celtics have now, so I'll watch them play.
Squads are really tight.
Like, I will, like, they could be playing on TNT. And if it's not, like, Doris Burke, I will find the Celtics stream to listen to him. To listen to him. Because Marcus Smart, he doesn't do it as much, but would flop all the time.
Bro,
and just, like, his reaction.
We all act like that, too.
His reaction to the, like, I remember they played the Hawks, and Kyle Korver went up for a rebound, and Marcus Smart just, like, Superman dove into the stands. And bro was like, Kyle Korver's got to be ejected. Did you see that elbow? And, like, they're playing the replay, and Kyle Korver doesn't even brush wind against Marcus Smart. And I'm like, yo, this nigga is hilarious. I was like, get him on ESPN. Like, we need more of him.
It's like, I just want Kyrie to be okay at the end of the day.
That's really all I care about.
No, it's not all I care about. I want to watch basketball. It's not, but I don't mean that in a way like, give me your basketball. It's like, bruh, be okay.
So I will say before the Harden trade, I definitely thought he was going to come back.
Mm-hmm. Let me see it.
Now I'm like, I don't know how he feels about this.
I don't know how
very sudden.
Yeah.
It was very sudden.
And no real fault to the Nets, though. I mean, like, we know the Nets have been in these trade discussions with about Harden.
Yeah.
I don't know. And see, the thing about that is, the other side of that is, I don't know how often you're talking to your coaches and GMs. Because, like, if you told them why you were leaving and why you needed time off, then, like, it's like having a regular day job, right? If I take leave from my job, they cannot contact me with an issue. It is literally against the law, right? But, like, if I'm just, like, out for the day and there's an issue and I told them I'd be out, they know I'm gone. It's like, oh, hey, this thing is messing up. Can you fix it? I told them I'd be gone so they don't just be like, oh, what's going on? Like, if he talked to his bosses, essentially, and was like, yo, I need this time off, I'm sure they would have at least felt the need, or not really the need, but just comfort in being like, yo, Kyrie, it's looking like Harden's on his way out. He's not playing for them again. We have to make a move. I don't know if they did this or not, but with Kyrie's actions, it seems a lot less likely, to Ron's point of, I don't know if he's coming back, how he feels about this.
I don't know if we'll see him the rest of the season. I mean, I can see him, like, for at least another 3 weeks, because like they're gonna find out he did that.
He's got to do the
He's got to do at least 2 weeks.
And honestly, like, that might be his scapegoat. And I think if he wants to play, he uses that to take his time off, and he doesn't get caught up doing it again. Yeah. I think we will know once that ruling comes out if Kyrie wants to play or not, because if there's another video of something similar that surfaces, we know where Kyrie, his head is at in regards to the season.
Yeah. So, I mean, that's where I feel like he's not. That's why I think he's like more on the lost his mind side than like the kind of like very sad, like kind of grieving side was the party thing. Because you see him, and he's chilling with his fam. Like, and he seemed like he was having a good time. And like, not to say that you can't put on a face when you're going through stuff like that. Everybody does that, but it's just like, I don't know if that fits the narrative that well, you know?
Yeah.
And like, I think there might be something with Steve Nash involved on that. I don't even know, because like I heard, like I was looking at one thing where Steve Nash was like, I think it's all within the family. Like, I think it's all within the team.
Yeah.
That means he doesn't know.
Yeah.
You know what I mean? Like, he says, I think it's stayed within.
Yeah. So
we should know that.
I saw a lot of things like
remember Kyrie said on the podcast with KD, like, they don't even need a coach.
He was like, this way, other way.
Come up a little bit.
Come up.
Come forward, like pull it to you a little bit. And then turn it towards you a little bit.
A little bit more.
Yeah.
Just you want to be able to sit back and then capture you. So, yeah, just.
Yeah.
Yeah, that's what I get. Yeah, cool.
So I didn't see where exactly. I'm sorry. Repeat what you said about.
Remember when he was on the podcast, like right before the season started with KD?
Yeah. So I don't know.
We don't need a coach.
I don't know exactly
words.
when that happened. Do you know like the date, the exact date?
I don't remember the exact date of the podcast, but I think they did it like in November. I want to say it was in like November. It wasn't too long after Steve Nash got hired.
Okay, because like I also saw things where he actually like endorsed Steve Nash, or like welcomed Steve Nash.
It did come afterwards, like kind of like right before the season and stuff. It was something that came up with like Steve Nash, because when Steve Nash was hired, it wasn't just like KD and Kyrie's comments were kind of the ones that made the big news, but everybody else was also talking about how Steve Nash had no experience as like a coach or front office guy, and he just got thrusted into coaching over like Rashad Vaughn, who the players had responded to. And there was a lot of talk about that, like how the dynamics of that.
Yeah.
So that was going on, and I think like the Nets kind of had to do PR and save face. And not that I don't believe Kyrie, but Kyrie definitely was a part of that. And because one thing about Kyrie, I don't think he's genuinely like a person who throws shots at you, except for like LeBron. There's definitely something between like him and LeBron.
LeBron's gonna make it known.
Yeah, there's definitely something between him and LeBron,
confrontation.
but I think he feels as if LeBron tried to sun him, which
I feel like at a lot of
that's it.
I feel like at a lot of times he likes to strut his ego.
Yeah,
and he says the wrong thing.
yeah, like that's what I think
He's
it
also
is.
like that hell like intellect type. So I bet he does it like if LeBron is trying to like kind of put you in your spot, like I feel he's gonna be like, hey, like we need to do like Michael Jordan style. Like I'm gonna tell you what it is, and if you have some back and forth, like I'll win because I'm LeBron.
Yeah,
like,
I feel like that's
was,
exactly
like,
why
very
he
mental.
left, because he also wanted to just have or
His own
try
thing.
this leadership position.
Yeah.
But
Well, that was
I
the
feel
thing. That was
like
sure.
He's
That was how
very
it was supposed to
emotional
be.
too, though, because he's that.
He is pretty emotional. That was one thing I talked about last year with my dad. With him and
knows he's good.
When him and KD joined up, we basically predicted this whole media. I think due to the pandemic, the Zoom media meetings is really good for the media in regard to those two. Because shut the fuck up, Kenny. Because both of those guys, when it comes to the media, they are very like short and not welcoming to the media. Yeah. And I was like, them two together, I was like, I feel bad for the media.
Like Katie and
But
yeah.
But I was like that would just be. I was like, I don't know how that's gonna work, and I think that's the thing with like Kyrie. Like you said, he's emotional. He thinks of himself as a highly intellectual person. Not that there's anything wrong with that.
Mako's language, he's a Cancer, so.
What?
Yeah. He's a Cancer, so speaking in your language.
What? Is Cancer what? What? Huh?
Kyrie's a Cancer.
He's a Cancer.
He what? No, he's not. He's an Aries.
No, isn't he a Cancer?
No, he's literally an Aries. He's an Aries Pisces cuz. His birthday is like March 20. It's out of the 22nd, the 23rd, the 21st, 22nd, the 23rd. But he's an Aries.
Who am I talking about that?
Literally, that's how I know. I understand Kyrie. I get this nigga, but he's literally he's over there, because he's also emotional. Like I'm not, not to bring zodiacs into all this shit, because I wanted to say it earlier, but I was like, I'm not gonna say it. But like he's an Aries, but he's got some Pisces in him, so he's like, I want to be the leader. But like I said, he's also like emotional.
I feel like he feels like he should be the leader.
Yeah.
Yes.
Like more than he is.
Yes.
Like, the leader just kind of walks in. Like Draymond Green's not the best player on the team, but he's a leader.
Yeah.
Like he just is. Like,
I think all of this stems from LeBron coming to Cleveland. Not necessarily just because LeBron was sunning him, but when LeBron came back to Cleveland, Kyrie signed his first real NBA contract. He signed the first deal you get as a restricted free agent off your rookie deal. It was like 4 years, $90 million or something like that. Yeah. He was the franchise player. Cleveland was all in on Kyrie. They brought in David Blatt for Kyrie. It was his team. And LeBron loses in the finals and is like, Wade's too old. Pat Riley's not gonna let me do what I want to do.
Called it college.
David Griffin will kiss my feet for me to bring back. I'm coming home to Cleveland, and it becomes LeBron town again.
Immediately.
And
I like it.
LeBron did what he set out to do, but Kyrie he was basically getting there to be the leader. And LeBron came in and was like, I'll show everybody how to do this. And then he went to Boston.
He saw that his stats was around the same as LeBron.
Yeah,
the finals, and then he was like, "Oh hell, I can do this shit on my own."
I literally understand the concept. Not even that. I don't think, because I don't think LeBron. I don't think he probably thought like, "Oh, I could do this too." I think he was more so just like, I don't want to be the B player on a team. Like, I want my own. Like, I want to be the leader of my shit, because even the game with the
I don't think he succeeded.
No, he did not, because because he's also
he had his chance in Boston and
he's emotional.
Bro,
so
if I saw Tatum and Brown and all of them going off, getting to like Eastern Conference Finals and running to 7 games and come back in
against LeBron,
like, be like Kemba. Kemba didn't like try to be like, I need my shots, and then you guys can fall in. Like, you need to work your way back up into the system.
One thing I was so
with
mad
James
about
Harden,
was when Al Horford left right before Kemba signed.
He's playing with
that was tough.
Al Horford's playing for the Thunder.
Yeah,
I was like, what is happening
here?
here?
Great.
They took a tough loss last night.
I
predicted
Celtics
everything.
players all the time too, bro. Like, they fit super well in the Celtics system. You take them out and they're immediately trash. Like Isaiah Thomas, immediately trash.
Yo,
Big Baby Davis, trash. Like, happens every time. Like, if Marcus Smart left the Celtics, trash. I'm like, I would guarantee.
You think?
He shoots 30% from the field, bro. Name a system. Name a system.
Because I was about to say,
Like,
I think he would work in some places. I think he'd work in some places.
Look at it,
with the
Tatum's
facts.
on the
Yeah,
with the facts. Yeah, like Tatum's on the floor. Kimba's around there. Gordon Hayward was out there.
Yeah,
with
bro.
him.
What is he
He's
on the
got
option
space.
list? Like, in terms of scoring, like, where's he on the option list? Like 8? Like, in terms of how many people in front of him can score better?
Jaylen Brown, Jason Tatum, Jaylen Brown, Kemba Walker.
Right now, he's
right
probably
now,
like
so
4 or 5.
Yeah, he's probably 4 or 5 now.
Last year,
But no, like last year, it would have been
especially
Tatum,
the first year with like Rozier.
Kemba, Brown, Hayward.
they had Terry Rozier at one point.
Rozier was close to being an example I was talking about, but he came back. Scary Terry is...
Yo, the fact that Gordon... Yeah, because Gordon Hayward was on the team last year.
Yeah.
Was he behind him? Yo, what are your opinions on Gordon Hayward?
I didn't see him, bro. Like, he came in. I remember I was watching the game. I was at Georgia State. I was watching the game, super hyped. Like, we finally got the team back from the big three with, like, you know, Paul Pierce, Ray Allen, all them. And first, like, 6 minutes, this man snaps his leg in half. I'm watching it.
Yo,
I almost threw up on sight,
I
bro.
remember that game. I miss, those are his and Paul George are the worst basketball injuries you'll probably ever see. I missed both of them by like a few minutes. Like, I remember the Paul George one.
Burnt in my head.
I just couldn't get a stream for the game, and then that game was opening night on TNT. I just wasn't home. I get home, and then like it's a timeout. And I just see everybody like this, the iconic Wade like this. I was like,
bro,
damn,
Wade's
what happened?
Face, bro.
I was like, what happened? And then I just see a stretch.
Yes, he was literally praying.
Yeah, I was like, bro. And then you just see the stretch. I was like, damn, what happened? I was like, oh, okay, it's a leg injury. Then I get on Twitter and I'm like,
and we looked so good in the 6 minutes coming up.
Yes.
Like, JB just dunked on LeBron. Like, it was looking so good. I was super hyped.
And niggas need to learn. I don't care how old he is.
Yo, stay out, LeBron.
You dunk on LeBron, if you drop LeBron, if you get a shot off on LeBron, go back on defense. Don't look at him. Don't say nothing. Bro. Hold your breath for a little bit until you get back on defense.
Wait till they call a timeout.
Because
he will find you.
He will find you.
The Celtics would have won that series if Tatum didn't bump LeBron.
When he did that too, I was like, yes.
No. You're like, oh yeah, no. Like it was like, bro, and then like Dylan Brooks is the latest victim. And I was like, bro, he made the shot. he yelled and one to LeBron, went back down, and then you just see
It's a different ball.
Yeah, I get it.
I was like,
imagine
oh shit.
the dopest shit you could ever.
Bro, they
do.
put. I think they put the Curb Your Enthusiasm.
Yeah, they say
what's it called?
LeBron's, like you said, LeBron's gonna actually dunk on you.
Yeah, like
this
LeBron
shit.
is coming
And
back,
then the three in
and
your face.
Yes,
it won't always be that same game.
and LeBron,
LeBron, one of his first games with the Lakers, dunked on Nurkic.
bro,
Like twice.
bro, LeBron.
Nurkic blocked LeBron like the year before.
Yeah.
Like,
And he just didn't forget. He was like,
I have a
got
lot of
you.
respect for LeBron, but also it's like he has probably some of his most disrespectful dunks against Celtics.
plays.
He
Jim.
definitely.
Yeah, what he
watches
did
Yeah,
to
Jason Terry.
Yeah, what he did
Yeah.
to Jason Terry was legit murder.
He definitely watches what people has done.
Jason Terry got his back.
That comes back.
Yeah,
Dude,
when he was on the bench and he somehow Jedi mind tricked J.R. Smith coming to dap him up. Like Jason Terry, third eye open, bro. He's next level. Y'all just don't see it.
He's underrated. So.
Jason Terry was
Super
like a problem.
underrated.
He what he did to Kevin Garnett, and then talk trash to KG's girlfriend after that. That was disrespectful.
That's savage.
Bro, I don't.
Iman Shumpert. I remember that video.
Bro, I just love how LeBron can like just orchestrate and do shit. Like we were talking about this last week, the way that he can like see plays.
Yeah, like
ahead of
just
time.
like
It was like the Matrix.
design.
Even the way like
The Shumpert video is just like still crazy to be.
like how we were I didn't really get to talk about it, but the play when him and like Schroeder like bet the shot before like it went in, like that shit is just amazing to fucking see.
Out there.
Like,
You also the
Mike
Reese
Curry.
one where he like hit that corner three,
That's what
turns
we
around like
Yeah, that was the one.
Was
Yeah,
that one? I saw
Like he
that.
caught
I
the
was
ball,
like,
and apparently Schroeder was like, "Bet you won't make it."
Yeah.
And I guess that's why he pump faked, and then
And
he
waited.
ran up and shot, and then immediately turned around.
He said
Damn.
he said he said it when the ball was in the air.
Yeah, he
like,
did a mid shot.
Yeah, he said mid shot. I bet a bench you won't make it, and then LeBron
LeBron
was
was
like
like,
bet
bet,
because
bet
he said in order for a bet to be real, you have
got
to
to
look
look
at
in
the
the
eye.
eye.
He
That's
said
so
bet.
real,
Oh
bro.
my god.
That's the
Looking like Curry.
That's
out
why
there.
you
I
gotta
remember-
respect
Crazy.
LeBron no matter what.
Like it was a practice video,
Yeah.
way back when, maybe like first stint Cleveland days, and I guess they were playing the Magic or something because Dwight was there, or it might have been USA basketball, but they were in the Garden. I don't know, but LeBron, TD Garden, Celtics. LeBron full court like football passes a ball, and the ball didn't
I think it
even
was
make
pretty
it to
simple.
half court, and you just hear the audio LeBron say, "Give me my money," and then as soon as he says money, and I'm just like, bro,
He's got something weird. Like it's like
something
it's not
weird.
just the athleticism and his
No.
skill. It's like he's got some beautiful
he's
mind.
really
shit.
got something that
Dimer Hall of Fame.
Like
Diamond Hall of Fame.
it's like an actual
killer
weird
instinct
anime
LeBron. Like, he's
ability.
legit
Like
got killer
It's
instinct.
like CRISPR like did an experiment.
LeBron,
like 30 years ago.
yes, like
Like Magic Johnson. Like, throw everything in.
Yeah.
oh, easy. That's what I imagine LeBron saying to nobody does shit. I haven't.
I don't know. I don't mean to just cut it because I love talking about basketball, but Georgia Representative Majorie Taylor
Oh, we
Plans-
talking about this insurrection shit.
plans to draw up articles of impeachment on Joe Biden once he is inaugurated. I just got the notification from Fox.
Okay, so
Once he is sworn in as president, she plans to draw up articles of impeachment.
Crazy.
How though?
And I know
what?
I know we don't have the sound yet, and Grant, I'm sorry, but them crackers out of control,
Bro,
man.
yo.
Like,
Bro,
I just
okay, so
I don't understand
this
the
is-
thought process.
this is one
of,
thing that I will
like
say.
her.
this is one thing that I will say. So I'm not really surprised by that, but you have to get a bunch of people behind. Or,
Yeah, she's not gonna get the
So
vote.
it's not gonna say. Of course, she's not gonna get it. But like, even as far as like, one thing I did want to say, because now they're drawing up articles of impeachment again to get Trump out of office. I don't
Yeah,
really
the
see
House
what-
voted.
I
I
don't
feel
see
like we're
what they impeach
diluting
him.
impeachment. Like,
Yeah,
what the
like,
fuck does that even mean now?
That's what I was
He got
saying.
He's the
impeached twice.
he's the
Yeah,
all-time
bro.
leader
How did
in
he get impeached
impeachment.
twice?
He's the
And now
all-
he's about
He
to
got impeached earlier today.
Yeah, he's the
It's
all-time-
like it was a Wednesday.
He's the all-time.
Trump's impeached again.
He got
Three
impeached
times
for the
in Georgia.
second time.
Lost,
3
impeached
times
twice.
in Georgia, impeached twice. Nigga got impeached a week before his last day. How the fuck you get fired
And
on
that's
your day off?
Like that's and
like honestly,
it's literally like it doesn't even That's what I didn't even think about it like that, but you're right. Because I was like, what is even the point? Why are you impeaching this man? He's a
That shit petty, my nigga.
literally.
Like, that shit is petty.
Literally.
The point of like impeaching him, if he's actually impeached and convicted, it stops it from happening again. He can't run again, and he would no longer get the pension and Secret Service protection. Once he's once he's like impeached and removed from office. That's why they're doing it, right? So it's like it's like
it's like he's like, we're gonna get you.
Yeah, it's like a legit thing that like that's the reason why. But at the same, like my thing about the impeachment this time around is, even though right now I don't think the Democrats technically own a majority until after Biden is sworn in. I think that's when it takes effect. But like, even if they did have majority, it would be like 51-49 or something like that, or 50, something like that. And you need 2/3 of the vote.
I've only heard of 3 Republicans.
Right, there's only 3. You need 66 senators to vote yes, which would mean you would need like 15 Republicans to vote yes.
Yeah, and it's like, I don't understand, like, just gets his side riled up. I don't understand how, like, it's not gonna win you any more like support or credit on your own side. It just gets the other side feeling like they got cheated. Yeah, that's how. That's already how they felt. Don't incite them anymore after all this shit's
the one thing out of this, specifically for the Democrats, is you have to point out everybody in the. You got to point out everybody in the House and in the Senate who like voted no. Because over 50% of the country wants Trump removed from office. So clearly the people, it's like 52%. It's not like well over 50, but it's over 50%. So clearly the people want him gone. They're like, all right, it's kind of gone too far. So all the Republicans are like, it's divisive. We want unity. You can't do this. It sets a precedent. Like, you got to, for Democrats' sake, for you to win, you've got to make sure that voters remember those people in 2022. Because a lot of them are up for re-election in 2022. And the Republicans are going to make sure you don't remember that they did this, and that MAGA and Trump is scrubbed from the Republican Party as much as they can for 2022. Because they already have to now prep who's going to run for president in 2024 from their side. I have no idea who's going to be. It can't be Josh Hawley. It can't be Ted Cruz.
I don't think even, I mean, bro, like Trump, I don't even think can do it. He's 74.
He'll be like 78. Like, he can't do it. It can't be any of his kids.
Do it without the DNC behind him.
Right. Like,
dude, if Trump doesn't have a, like, he's got a target on his back from everybody.
Right. And the thing about, like, it can't be Lindsey Graham. Like, the thing about Trump, too, is he can't, like, he has to keep going with all this stuff as a hoax and the election was stolen. Because his group found Lindsey Graham in the airport and harassed him then, and Lindsey Graham has been nothing but on Trump's dick, like, this whole time. They brought a noose to the west wing of the Capitol for Mike Pence. And Mike Pence is probably the biggest bitch out of here, because these niggas was like, hang Mike Pence. Donald Trump, 9 days ago, said if Pence doesn't do something that is not in his power, I won't like him anymore, which incited his mob to turn against Pence. And Pence yesterday said, no, I had a really good conversation with Donald Trump, and we shouldn't impeach him or bring up the articles. Like, bro, what? Does he have you by the balls upside down? Like, bro, niggas. He
did the whole time, bro.
Niggas tried to hang me. Like, yo, get rid of this nigga.
I think people really overestimate how much, like, they think Fox News loves Trump. You know, they think that, like, Republican National Party likes Trump. Like, no, like they had to, because their base that pays for their like ratings loves Trump. Like Fox News trashed that man until they had no choice.
So they had no choice.
They had to back
until it was very clear that he was going to win the Republican ticket. They were like, oh yeah, now we got to do a complete heel turn.
Yeah, Fox has been beaten in ratings like one time out of the last 4 years against CNN, and that was when Fox like kind of didn't immediately go on the like steal the election side. They were like very straightforward, like that was not a steal, like this is all straight and narrow. And then CNN for the first time got the ratings beat, and they were probably just like what the hell do we do? Do we like
what happened? Like,
we're a media company, right? We should be assholes, right?
Like it was like definitely that. It was like, and that was the thing. And I say this all the time. I don't know how many times I've said it during this election. Republicans repeatedly vote against their best interests, because Fox's own polls show majority. 2/3 of the country are in favor of everything Trump, against everything Trump ran on. Like 2/3 of the country wants more. They don't want like Medicare for all, but they want more government involvement in healthcare.
Definitely.
They want more government involvement in like gun control and gun access. They want like some of the things that like the Green New Deal would give you. Like they are actually in favor of like renewable resources and energy
Like
and stuff
keeping
like
the
that.
I saw them.
Yeah.
I saw like a couple people like combating like the NRA's response to how Trump is taking things, about how they're backing Trump, but like how they're saying like the NRA isn't like a political group. Like,
It
they
is
shouldn't
absolutely.
be
Involved.
But I mean, they are. But that's what I'm saying. Like
They shouldn't be involved.
Yeah, they were
be,
saying like they shouldn't be. Yeah.
Yeah,
Definitely.
It was like definitely that. Plus, also for House Representative Marjorie Taylor, she wore a mask, rear mask that said censored at the hearings today. I feel you. I understand, bro. Like, she wore a mask that said like censored and like bedazzled at the hearings today. Basically to say like what they're saying about
It's like if
them.
I'm seeing you wearing that,
Like-
I mean you're not sensitive.
Bro, I'm seeing this on C-SPAN. Bro, this isn't cable. Like any American with a TV and power can turn this on right now. How the fuck are you censored? When like 2 days ago, her and Josh Hawley refused to wear a mask.
What's y'all's thoughts on the parlor stuff? That's like the most interesting thing to me, dude. I did not know that you could get thrown off so quick by tech giants. Shows you where the power is.
Yeah, the power really is.
Kenny.
Oh, damn, that was over, right? I was crying.
Really
Take it
was
easy,
the,
don't let go.
Yeah, of course.
That's it. Turn.
Do y'all watch Atlanta?
That's
Yes.
like my favorite show.
Yes.
Y'all know Tracy? Kenny's Tracy. Like when Tracy just
Yeah.
came up and just straight up punched dude at the cop, like that's
Yeah.
Kenny.
Yeah.
That's Kenny. Go watch season 2,
Truly in Atlanta.
episode like 7 or 8. I think that's the one. That's
It wouldn't happen anywhere else.
wouldn't happen anywhere else. But I don't even
I just
fucking
wanna
remember
note
what I
that.
was saying. Oh, Parler. I don't know, but yeah, the tech companies definitely do have a lot.
I didn't
of
like
power.
pay attention a lot to Parler until it like got shut down. I was like, damn, they took them off the app stores and took off their hosting. And
Yeah.
I was like, that's pretty quick, bro. Like you can't do anything after that.
And it's like
you can't like do anything.
I get the notion of like how that could be bad. It's just that in the use cases that we have
In the
for
specific
it, in these
case,
specific
yeah.
cases, I'm like I
That's what
kind
I'm
of
like.
agree with
I
it.
hate the precedent.
Yeah, I
but
don't
I'm
like the president.
From
but
what I've heard,
but
like
for
Parler
this, you kind of got to do it. But it is kind of like a thing where it's like, okay, but you kind of got to set, like if you're gonna set that precedent, the like Google, like Tim Cook, these guys, they have to sit on the Senate floor for hearings.
Yeah.
So I feel as if like, and the thing is, we don't really have that many elected officials who understand this because they're all fucking.
You can
behind
tell
it.
with the Senate hearings.
Right.
Like, they don't
So it's
shit.
like they asked. I can never pronounce his name, so I don't try to. The CEO of Google, they asked him, "Why can I look up the word like stupid?" And Donald Trump comes up, and he has to explain to them what tags are, and they still didn't get it. But I was like, but like with that thing, it's like, yeah, it's the president, because like for these specific instances, you have to do that, or it's the right thing to do in these specific instances. But there's got to be a rule for that with the tech companies, because I could definitely see how they already have the power in the Senate because they know they don't know what's going on to go
It's like
over.
I feel like it's a shitty like situation where it's like the hands forced. Like you
Yeah.
got 300,000 person group chats where you've seen them like talking about like legitimate acts of terrorism,
Right.
Like real like violence and shit. Like not.
Like the FBI knew weeks before
Right.
of the riot before.
why weren't they
Although,
doing
happened.
that?
although one thing that I did learn about that, not necessarily if you take the side of the FBI, but the FBI did do its job in regards to the riots that were going to happen at the Capitol building. They told them that, hey, there are. They didn't know exactly what was going to happen, but like, yo, we're getting a lot of traffic for something's gonna go down at the Capitol around this time. They just didn't exactly know details, and they didn't probably think that they would actually storm through.
That's my thing. Is
And
like,
then the Capitol security was like, whatever.
I was like, that's got to be like the biggest intelligence fuck up in
like,
like of all time.
Yeah.
It's like, bro, they weren't like using Tor browsers on 4chan. Or Facebook
Fit in
group chats.
Facebook
Twitter,
group chat,
yeah.
Twitter,
Real easy to
Parler,
find.
like
They're not trying to hide.
CIA and FBI has access. They can read all this shit whenever
Facebook
they
gives
want
it to
to.
them. Like they
Right,
had
like,
all
that's
of
the
it
thing,
at the
yeah.
time. Like I don't understand how that even, like how they had like 5 cops out there. Felt like
Because they opened
They had way
the
more than
gates.
5
didn't
cops.
they?
Yeah, the cops opened the gates. The cops opened the doors and let them in. One thing I learned was this happened in, I believe it was Oregon, on like December 21st. The security, the cop who was like at the Capitol, legitimately like opened the back door and let the protesters in, and was basically like, "Yo, this is the way you want to go." He is now under investigation, which cops investigating cops is laughable.
Yeah.
But you know,
Bro, I heard that they spread feces all over the walls in the Capitol building.
Dude.
bro, the more
That's
details that come out about
like
this
this-
are absolutely
insane.
wild.
like their faces or like
Yes.
like they.
Yes.
That's
Yes.
insane.
That
Like,
like
that's
that
actually
like bro
insane.
like that.
Think of the
Gross.
mindset where you're like, I'm gonna show them.
Yeah, like
So gross.
like I'm gonna
just like-
throw shit on the wall. Like
I'm gonna show them.
Smearing.
Dude, some of my favorites, like my favorite memes of all time came out.
Yeah, I
Some
see
of the
that.
funniest
Yeah,
shit,
man,
bro,
like,
I've never watched
niggas
that.
actually
I will admit,
That one chick, I'm Elizabeth from Knoxville, Tennessee. What happened, Elizabeth? Got maced in the face
It's
for
like,
what?
it's a
We're starting a
revolution.
revolution. I'm like, at FBI. Like,
Right, bro.
Pictures with the dude spraying the no look spray.
Right,
Like
and they had
Magic
Magic Johnson.
Johnson throwing yo man. There were a lot of legendary.
Man, they had.
people.
Legendary.
I saw one. It wasn't even like really a meme. It was just like one dude. He was like an ex-military or something, like 53. He was identified because his wife of 18 years
Turned
they
him
divorced.
in.
Like she saw him in the pictures and turned him in.
Uh-huh.
And I was like, bro.
It was his ex-wife.
Yeah, his ex-wife
I'm
turned
not
him.
gonna check.
And I was like, bro.
Do you
I
know
was
this
like,
man?
yo,
Yes, I do know this man.
I was
Actually,
like, I absolutely hope that in your divorce you got half of everything,
If she
and
didn't,
then
she
was like, you
knows
know
she
what?
got it.
That's not enough. Is that what's it? Hey,
literally.
Yeah.
Oh yeah,
Yeah.
that is.
right here, officer, right here. He lives at 123 First Place. Yep.
Yo, right there.
He works here from this time. Like niggas had their badges on.
That's
Bro,
Like dog.
my
what?
favorite part is like we couldn't see him coming, but we have random motherfuckers out here just like on Google finding them.
Yes.
I'm like, what?
They were like,
how-
bro, Twitter-
How are we doing this better than y'all?
People
Like,
were literally like, bro, Twitter has been the police for this whole thing.
Right,
Better than the FBI. We have found
Exposing,
all
dude.
of these.
Bro, like Sean King is absolutely hilarious. Like this nigga thinks he's like John Wick or something. like bro was like it was like something happened, and he was like, "What's his name? Like let me find him." I'm like, bro, what are you going to do? Like, are you about to be Batman? What's going on? Because first off, Kamala Harris is Batman. But
Yo,
like
Kamala
I was like, bro,
Harris.
what
She
are you going to
RoboCop.
do? She is RoboCop. Yeah, she is RoboCop. I'm like, bro, what are you about to do? But like Twitter legit like identified people.
I knew it was gonna happen.
Before cops were even looking for her. Like I said last week, I learned who Roberta Flack or whatever her name is was.
Based off the pack,
From
niggas were
Zach
smoking,
Fox, from
bro.
the Roberta
Smoking
pack.
on the
Like,
Roberta pack.
They were
tonight,
smoking on the Roberta pack. I was like I found out what her government name was and that she died from niggas saying we're smoking on the Roberta pack.
bro. People were
And
so.
I was like,
bro, people were
how
so
are y'all getting this
absolutely.
information, bro? Like, what are y'all
The thing is,
doing?
I don't even think that's her real name because I saw later that sources said that her name was actually Ashley Babbitt.
There was like 4 people who died, bro. Like, I don't know.
I don't
Like
know,
that day,
but
at least.
It's still wild.
It is wild. It's
Roberta runs.
Roberta Runts. Roberta Runts. That's what we're talking about. Oh man. All right, man. We love y'all, man. It's been a beautiful stream. Thank y'all for tapping in. Grant, thanks for coming by.
Major shout out to
Johnny,
Grant. You
bro.
gotta come back, man.
Definitely.
I say that to like every guest, and I mean it
Shout out to-
absolutely. Like, it's so fun. When
Next
we have
time
guests.
we
Dude,
won't
been a
have
great
World
time.
War Kenny, prayerfully.
Hopefully not.
Oh my God, bro. Jesus Christ. I'm so stressed.
Y'all go watch season 2 of Atlanta. Tell
Ooh,
Donald
yes.
Glover Toby sent you. He might give me an extra role. But like, watch season 2 of Atlanta, and you'll see Tracy, and you'll hear the background sounds of episode 16. I don't know what it's gonna be named. Might be World War Kenny.
Yeah.
Fuck it. Episode 16, World War Kenny.
War Kenny.
Come back and listen to the episode, and you'll understand what we mean.
All right, man. We love y'all. Black Lives Matter.
Black Lives
and
fucking
SARS.
matter and SARS.
Tune in.
Shout
next
out
week.
to Radical
Raphael
Warnock.
Warnock, baby. The Radical Liberal. Love y'all.
Peace and love.